Welcome to the Yo Show. It is Michael. Yo, thank you so much for all the subscriptions. Just a reminder, January 28th, my brand new special, Snack Daddy, comes out. Very excited. Rudy right there. We got a lot to talk about on this Yo Show. Where do you want to start? Because we got so much to talk about. It's so much good stuff out there. I mean, if you're watching, we're gonna talk about this whole United Health shooter. The details coming out are absolutely insane, and it's weird to see people start have indifference to the person getting shot because they're like, this is almost like a rally cry to some people as well. We'll break that down. We'll talk about Gladiator. Me and Rudy saw Gladiator too. I have thoughts, people. I have big thoughts. And Jay-Z, Diddy.
Yeah.
I mean, things are getting crazy out there.
That's a big
Rudy.
one, man. Yeah. Let's start with Cincinnati, if we could. Let's chat just a moment about Cincinnati. It was a great time, great place.
Funny Bone. We're in St. Louis this week coming up, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. St. Louis Funny Bone, Westport, which I go every single year. It's same dates, literally around the same time every year. It's like clockwork. We go and we have a good time.
Yeah.
Cincinnati,
the outskirts of Cincinnati felt weird to be. It felt to me like we were on like the east coast, like we were in Boston, like a suburb of Boston almost. I don't know what it was about it, but it just felt so in the middle of nowhere. Maybe
it felt lazy. For me, I felt almost like I wasn't even in a real place.
Oh, sure.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a time warp for a reason. And I don't know, but also I was just getting off of laryngitis and all that stuff. So I was on a couple drugs. So maybe it was drugs.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Also, you didn't get in until 6 a.m. on that Friday of. So
I took a red eye, landed at 6. Took ZQL. By the way, if you ever need to sleep, I've never had such good sleep on ZQL. Now, you're only supposed to take it one night and not the next night, so I only took it one night.
Yeah.
Dude, in the middle of the day, which I never sleep, I slept 8 hours on ZQL. I was out. I remember texting Rudy. Rudy was like, I was worried about you. I didn't know where you were. Yeah.
Here's a story I did not tell you yet. So shout out to Harrison, who opened for us.
Harrison Butler.
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
Phenomenal. Awesome.
Great hang, fun time. So him and I went out to the bar I went to on Thursday night to go watch the Packers game. Him and I and a friend of his all went out to this place called The Draft because that's where the staff from the, I'm still at that point in my life where I'm like, I like to go hang with the staff. It's great.
Good.
It's great when the staff kicks it at the club. That's where, because I don't want to go anywhere. But I was like, I don't have to be up that early. I'll go have a beer with these guys.
Wait, but we didn't have a show Thursday. How'd you know about Harrison and the staff hanging out at Draft?
Because I went there on Thursday, but then we went Saturday.
Oh, you went there? Okay,
we went after the show's on Saturday.
Okay.
So we go to the show. We go to this place called The Draft, and you met Kyle, who was the very nice, sweet young kid who was the sound guy, the long-haired dude. Got knocked out by a crackhead while.
Saturday night after the show?
Saturday night after the show, we were all just hanging out, and we noticed a commotion, and then a guy came running in, and he grabbed his jacket, and he ran out the door, and we were like, wow, that was really weird. And then somebody came in and said, hey, can somebody help this guy outside? And we all looked, and poor Kyle was sitting there with his, laying there with, he was kind of doing this number, man, you could tell, and then they got him a bag of ice, and this poor kid just sat there with a bag of ice on his face for the rest of the night. Some just total, skeezer crackhead just came running by, punched him, and then just took off running.
See?
That is the scariest human being on the planet.
And Kyle is so nice.
The nicest guy.
That just answers my thing. That's why I don't go out, Rudy.
Yeah.
That could have been you. That could have been me. Dude, I get asked to go out every show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, there's no reason for me to go. I'm married. I got kids. I'm happy. I'm not trying to have drinks or hang out with people.
Yeah.
Because stupid stuff like that happens after you get out of the club.
Yeah.
I'm even scared. Most of the time, I don't even want. Look, I love meeting the fans, but I'm like, even sometimes that gets crazy.
Sure.
And I'm like, all right. So yeah, I'm not that dude. I will not go out after a show. If you ever meet me, no. If you're a friend of mine, absolutely not. We are not going out after the show. Okay?
Yeah.
100%. That's where stupid shit happens.
Yeah. It was. I felt terrible for him, but I did have that moment when I got back because after that happened. those guys were going to give me a ride back to the hotel. They're like, well, we'll just stick around for a while now. And I was like, I think I'm good, dude. I think I'm all right. So I ended up just Ubering back to the hotel, and I had that moment of clarity while I was getting into bed that night. I'm going, oh, maybe I should stop going out afterwards. Like,
that could have been you, Rudy.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I can do it anymore.
The only time, unless it's really doing something for you.
Yeah.
Like say you had a terrible day. It was just, I just need to be out more. Mm-hmm. Okay. But if you're just going out to go out, there's nothing good. I mean, a lot of times it's worthless. Yeah. You're spending money for no reason.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why I like being on the road with you, because we go out during the day.
Yeah.
We go do things. We hang out. We get some lunch. We kick it. We do some work in the morning. And then after the show, it's usually that. But the other comics that I go on the road with, those guys sleep all day, get to the club 5 minutes before they have to be on stage, and then they want to go out till 4 a.m. And I'm like, no, you're doing this the opposite way, you guys. This is a long game. This isn't a sprint. This is a marathon.
But I'm a lot older than those guys. And I've never done comedy like that. I've never done comedy. I guess I can say I've never exploited it, where I was a hot comedian and then like was hooking up with people, because I never used comedy that way, where a lot of younger people do. Yeah. Because it's cool. You're a rock star in that room. Yeah. I get it. You're up there. You got everybody laughing. Girls want to hook up with you. You know. So I've never been at that point. But I know, like, now it's like, hey, the product's great. People had fun. My audience is trying to go home after the show, and I'm trying to go home after the show. So me and my audience are the same right now. We're both trying to go home after the show. You know? Yeah. That's so sad. Sorry, Kyle.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, man.
Sweet kid. He was a really nice kid. And he was like, and at some point we saw him laughing about it. And I thought, okay, now I don't feel like terrible, you know. And he wasn't like physically hurt, but you know, you could tell, like, well, it just came out of nowhere.
Dude, that's what sucks, man.
Yeah, that's the scariest part about being out in bars that late, is stuff like that happens.
Yeah, and there's crackheads.
Yeah. Who would have thought Cincinnati? But
well, also in Cincinnati, we saw, I will have to say, I'm a big Gladiator fan. The first movie, Gladiator, I watched it in Rome with my dad. First time my dad saw it was in Rome.
Wow, amazing.
But this is years after it came out, and I was like, this is a one movie, Gladiator, no matter where it is. If it's on TV, on a video, I will stop everything and watch whatever point it's at. We'll watch the rest of the movie. Mm-hmm. To me, that is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Gladiator. So good. Rudy and I go see Gladiator 2. I have to say, I haven't wanted to walk out of a movie in so long. Because you hear, oh, the Oscar buzz. It's this, it's that. And then I watched it, and this is no disrespect to the actors at all. Just, it was terrible.
It's awful. I don't know how it's getting, I think like 82% with the critics and 89% with the people. I have no idea who was watching this movie and rating it. There was so much, it was so weird. The plot took so long to get to, like, who is this person?
Yeah.
Like, there was things about it where they finally, and I'm not giving anything away, you know, but, you know, obviously it's somebody who is related to the original and all that stuff. Yeah. They don't let you know about that until halfway through the movie, and you don't even care. Like, why would you care about this
I've already lost interest.
Yeah, I totally lost interest. Denzel Washington, no accent. Everybody else is speaking in, you know, like a Roman or English accent.
Yeah, the Roman times, and he's just like, what's up?
Yeah,
and this, oh man, I would kind of like vent a little bit, but I'm not going to say what I want to say. But this is like Denzel getting all this Oscar, but phenomenal actor. I didn't think it was great in this movie.
No.
I thought because the movie was so bad.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could have been great in this movie. I just thought that the circumstances they put people, like, I was so disappointed, but it was hyped up so much. It's like Wicked. Now I'm scared to see Wicked. Yeah. You know, because Wicked is hyped up so much. But you said that's great. You've seen that.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. It was it's very colorful. The kids will love it. The songs are great. The acting's great. It was good.
So I'm excited to go to Wicked, but man, I heard all the same hype about Gladiator too.
Yeah.
And then I see it, and it's literally too long. About 2 hours in, I was about to look at Rudy and go, "You want to stay?" But I was like, I've done it. I'm in it. I might as well finish it.
See where it goes.
And some of the things they do in the movie just didn't happen at that time. And it was so over the top and ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a scene, you know, by now it's been, 2 weeks or I think 3 weeks in. I got some.
You could say there's a scene with sharks.
Yeah, there's a scene where they fill in fact, I saw a a news article that said, fact checking some of Gladiator 2, did they really fill it with seawater with sharks? No, of course not.
No. Why would you even need to fact check that?
Yeah, the infrastructure to get ocean water to the Coliseum and then get sharks? Like, what is happening?
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I get like when you make Star Wars, you're more than welcome to create whatever characters that you want. But if you are doing a story about a period of time that actually happened, you are not allowed to make fake animals that they put in the beginning. I was like, that animal never existed.
Wait, what animal? Oh, the monkey?
The monkey thing with the big jaw and all that.
Yeah,
those animals never existed. They should not be allowed to be in the movie. If you would like to use lions, use lions. Like what? It's Gladiator. Though it was all lions. Just put lions in there.
Yeah.
I don't need some weird fake CGI monkey looking thing.
It was, man, I was so disappointed in that movie.
Yeah.
I was so I mean, and like I said, I heard all the buzz, but that's a lot of times. Hollywood puts out buzz about movies because characters play certain roles and do this and that. And then when you see it, you're like, oh. That's why these big movies that win Oscars never make money at the box office, usually.
Yeah.
Because it's just for critics.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's nobody. And like, why can't Top Gun Maverick? Why can't that win that was a great movie. That movie was so much fun to watch.
That should be.
Absolutely.
That should win or what's the one I love with Ryan Reynolds? Deadpool. I mean, so good.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's so good. It's being robbed every year.
They win like best visual effects.
It's like so lowbrow for the critics.
I know,
It's so lowbrow. Man, I love those movies, man.
Yeah. So far, the film Gladiator 2 has made a total of $164 million. That's $114 million coming from the U.S. and Canada, and then $50 in international markets.
I will tell you this, though. I'll tell you this. The third one that comes out will not do well at all. I think people saw this one because of the first one.
Yeah.
If they make a third one, I think they know it's not going to do well.
Yeah, we don't need this movie.
No.
No, we don't need it.
But I'm not going to argue, because sometimes we don't need stuff and they still give it to us. And I'm like, I'm okay with it.
Sure.
You know, but if it's not good, you don't need it. If it's great, you need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this one, it'd be one thing if they decide to take Gladiator and go the route of Fast and Furious, where they're like,
over the top ridiculous.
Yeah, we know what we are now.
Yeah.
We gave you guys sharks in the Coliseum. We're gonna give you all sorts of. We're gonna have Gladiator on the moon.
Just planes show up with not even.
You're like, what?
Let time travelers come in.
So it's gone down a little bit with both critics and people. So Rotten Tomatoes has it now at 72 with the critics, 82.
It went down 10 points.
Went down about 10 points since the last time we checked over the weekend. So, yeah, not a great movie. Weird, and everybody that I know whose opinions I trust about Gladiator all liked it, and now I have to rethink my stance on all these people.
Maybe it's us.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's no way it's us.
I think those people that first saw it, they got caught up in the hype.
Sure.
And then they were like, oh, we're supposed, I really do. And it's kind of like you see it in comedy, right? I see comics say it all the time. There's a hot comedian that blows up and you're supposed to say they're funny. Mm-hmm. It's just, if you say they're not funny, then you're the bad guy, you're a hater.
Yeah.
But they may not be funny. But comedy's so subjective. And it comes in waves, you know what I mean? Like, I see a lot of comedians that are supposed to be funny to people, they're not funny to me.
Yeah.
But if you win, you're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Like, because you look stupid if you don't.
Yeah. How dare you go against the grain?
How dare you say that's not funny?
When the new Eminem album dropped,
yeah,
I listened to it and went, okay. Like, I don't...
And it was getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah, it was great. And everyone was like, this is the best record that's come out in like 15 years. And I said, the first lead track off that is basically a remake of Abracadabra from 1983.
Now, I will say I like the album because it reminded me of old school Eminem.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, it's not like Dr. Dre, Chronic.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by it. I was like, this is fine, but I'll never go back.
It's fine. It was fine.
I'll never go back and re-listen to it.
No.
Never. No.
Actually, true.
Yeah.
Where like a Kendrick Lamar, his new one that just dropped, Surprise. I mean, that Surprise drop, I listen to that all the time. And then his last one, Kendrick Lamar, I listen to that all the time. It's so crazy that after Kendrick Lamar had that rap beef with Drake, I have not listened to Drake since.
Wow.
That's how much he moved me.
No kidding.
Not because of the pedophilia and all that stuff or what he claims. It's just that it moved me so much what he did to Drake. I don't even listen to Drake unless it's on in the gym or something like that. Because I used to listen to Drake all the time. I used to aggressively go after and listen to Drake.
Yeah.
But I stopped. I'm just all Kendrick now.
Okay.
And that's crazy.
Wow.
That mentally, I don't want to even listen to Drake after what Kendrick did to him.
I don't know a lot about the
Yeah. Basically,
Drake.
it was a rap battle, and
Yeah.
Kendrick just destroyed him.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Dude.
destroyed him. Mentally, physically, just verbally abused him.
Yeah.
And ruined to me, and all you hip-hop fans, you will know what I'm about to say. Ja Rule was the biggest rapper at one time. 50 Cent came out with Wanksta. Ruined Ja Rule's career.
Wow.
Literally took Ja Rule from a legitimate gangster rapper that had singers on his songs to destroying his career. I think Kendrick Lamar just did that to Drake.
Wow.
Like, ruined his career, credibility, everything. And I like Drake, but I don't listen to him after that. So it's funny how somebody can move you that way too.
Yeah.
You know?
I was a huge NWA fan growing up.
Yeah.
It is tough to watch Ice Cube do Are We There Yet? That's a tough sell.
Yeah. But you know, when you get money, you got to get out of the ghetto. You know?
I get it, man. I get it.
But but they hear Ice Cube. But I don't know, man. It's kind of like, here's the thing about Ice Cube that blew me away. All the songs that go, Ice Cube wrote the rhymes that I say. Just think how unselfish Ice Cube was back then.
Oh, man.
He wrote everybody's rhymes.
Yeah.
And was okay with it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine anybody doing that today for a group?
We would not know the name Eazy-E if it wasn't for that guy, like, putting his blood, sweat, and tears into that. Between him and Dre, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, man. He was so unselfish.
Absolutely.
Like, that's never highlighted that. He wrote everybody's raps.
Yeah.
Like, nobody on the whole team could rap or write them.
Yeah.
And he wrote and they would say it, but I like, there's no group where that person would just go solo now.
Yeah. So many great albums and records came out of that guy. So when and then he starts doing like the XXX movies, and you're like, okay, like, all right, this is cool. And then I don't know, man. You're right though. At some point, you probably just go, why am I killing myself? Do I need to be on the road in Birmingham, Alabama? No, I don't.
No.
Let's just go do one movie every 5 years. I'll make a $20 million, and then I'll just sail off into the sunset.
It's kind of like comedy with me. It's kind of like, okay, Snack Daddy comes out. I want it to do well. I want to tour for like 6-7 years, but then I want to go out to places where it makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't want to I still love being a road dog. But it's bigger venues, more money. So when you leave your family, it's worth it even more.
Sure.
So that's the level I want to get to. But yeah. All right, we're going to give you all the big headlines. I mean, we got some crazy stuff in the news. We'll talk about it. Stay right there. It's the Yo Show. Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Okay, me and Rudy, this weekend, we're going to be in St. Louis at the Funny Bone. The next weekend, we're going to be in Columbus, Ohio at the Funny Bone. I'm in my car shooting promos. Anyway, can't wait to see you. Come on out. Love you. Bye. All right, we are back. Welcome back to the Yo Show. Thank you so much. Make sure you drop a super chat. I think that's where they can tip us. I'm not sure, but drop a super chat. Remember, this weekend, St. Louis, we will be at the Funny Bone Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Can't wait to see you there. Also, we're going to be Columbus, Ohio, December 20th and 21st, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a Funny Bone as well.
Yep.
Big shout outs to the Funny Bone. Thank you so much for all the love. All right, let's jump into the news. What do we got?
Yeah, so Jay-Z, man, we were just talking about this over the weekend. Says the lawsuit accusing him of raping a child at an awards after party is part of an extortion ploy. He says that the woman who previously sued Sean Diddy Combs, alleging she was raped at an awards show after party in 2000 when she was 13, amended the lawsuit Sunday to include new allegations that Jay-Z was also at the party and participated in the sexual assault. Jay-Z calls the allegations idiotic and heinous in nature. Turns out, years ago, Jay-Z sued her lawyer, Tony, what's his name, Busby, saying that this guy is trying to blackmail me. Fast forward years later, he is now this woman's lawyer. So this is all starting to come around. He does make a point at the end of the article where, after he was interviewed about it, he did say, and I agree with him with this. This is why I'm having such a hard time making any sort of jokes about the United Healthcare situation, which we'll talk about in just a second. But he says, my only heartbreak is for my family, he said in a statement posted on social media. My wife and I have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I have a hard time believing that Jay-Z would be involved with anything like this. Now, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be at a party. I'm not saying that he wouldn't maybe have been around the vicinity of where this is going on. But I have a hard time believing that Jay-Z would be like, oh, that's happening in that room, and then be like, I'll be right back, fellas, and then walk in.
Are you saying because of the lawyer situation? Or let's take the lawyer. If the lawyer wasn't involved, this lawyer that Jay-Z's tried to sue before.
Yeah.
It was, just say the story came out. Jay-Z allegedly raped a 13-year-old girl. And there was no lawyer attached and no backstory. Would you keep the same feeling?
Yeah.
You would?
Because there's no video evidence of him beating up Beyonce in a hotel room hallway. There's no evidence of him, holding.
Well, there is evidence of him getting beat in a elevator by Solange.
There is
remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. But he doesn't strike me as that guy. And as somebody who is obviously not rich, but I kibitz with rich people who aren't even on the level of Jay-Z and Beyonce, and to see how many people come at them with insane lawsuits just to get settlements, I can imagine that
all the time.
All the time. So maybe something like he was at the party, he was there, he was a recognizable name. Obviously, this is a terrible thing that now did Sean Diddy Combs do this? I would think that.
If they said it, he did it. Yeah, you would because you've seen so much evidence that would prove he would do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time believing Jay-Z would be a part of
I don't
like this.
like, and it's alleged, by the way. We're not, that it's just came out in the press. The lawyer seems like he's shady.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It could be a money grab. But I also know that these rappers, we know how Diddy is now. So go back 20 years when they were in their prime and running everything.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's my point, is Jay-Z was big, Diddy was big, but that's when they were people really cared. They were king of the mountains. You know what I mean? So it's kind of okay, because I see it. I don't see Jay-Z doing it either, but I do see circumstances with celebrities where things can get out of hand because you're a celebrity.
Sure.
And you have all access. You have nobody telling you no. You got all the money in the world, and real normal life gets boring to you. And you're like, let's try something new. Now, I'm not talking, this 13-year-old girl has nothing to do with what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is these celebrities live on such a level that we can't even understand.
Yeah.
People with that much money, they live on a level where life is so not fun for them. So they got to try to find something else.
Yeah.
To fulfill that need. And I would not compare it at all. But I would say on a way different level, but hopefully this makes sense. I interviewed the guys that raided Benghazi to get our people back. I interviewed the actual soldiers. And they hate normal life because it's not exciting.
Yeah.
They're actually sad to be they would rather be, the way they talked about bullets flying past their head and lit up, that's where they want to be. The adrenaline of that is something that can't be matched in normal life.
Yeah.
So they're actually sad they're not still fighting. Where if you're a celebrity, normal life is so boring. What's going to get you excited? Buying another Porsche? That would do it for me.
Yeah.
But for them, they could do that every day of the week. It doesn't matter. So they got to find things to get their adrenaline to feel like a different level, to feel like normal, because normal life isn't normal to them.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I don't know.
No, absolutely. Because I have a friend of mine who was a Marine for a long time and got out. He does a little bit of service here and there. And, he's got a wife, 2 kids. And when the war in Ukraine broke out, he was a part of a group of ex-Marines that he did 3 tours with. And these guys basically said, they're almost like a do-gooders society, where they said, when there is something going on in the world and we can help, we're going to be there. And after the war in Ukraine broke out, these guys all got together. And all their wives were like, please don't do this. Please, gosh. But they were like, honey, I don't think you understand what it's like to be us. That's all we know is from the age of 17 on until our 30s, we were all in combat. That's all we know how to do. So these guys went to Ukraine and ended up rescuing over 150 children from sex trafficking.
Wow.
Wild. I'm like, dude, they should make a movie about these guys. But you ever seen, what was that, Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen? Those guys, like Michael Bean back in the day?
No, I haven't seen it.
They're in
no.
the middle of this guy's wedding, and all of a sudden they get like a deployment, and they're like, we gotta go. And he's like, honey, I love you, but duty calls. And she's like at the altar in her wedding dress. And you're like, who would ever allow this to happen? Like,
right? But it is, I mean, it's very, the people that especially serve our country, which we respect so much on this show, they're different animals.
Oh, yeah.
I call it's the way they light up for combat, because you're right, that's all they know.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, but going back to Jay-Z, if you're around it all the time and you're on another level, I'm not saying he did it, but what I'm saying is so many opportunities to do stuff that seem horrible to us are very normal to them.
Yeah.
That opportunity comes up all the time. My question also is, what is a 13-year-old girl doing at these parties? Where are your parents?
Absolutely.
And I'm not victim blaming if she is a victim. I'm saying, where are your parents in this situation? Why are you 13 at a party like this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's weird. I know. I think about that all the time, and you will definitely get there when your daughter gets to that age.
Oh no, she's not going anywhere, Rudy. Nowhere. You think I was talking to my wife about this the other day. I don't even know what age you let your kids go to the mall by themselves anymore.
Yeah.
Because we would walk to school at 8 or 9, 2 miles.
Oh yeah.
Like but now the problem is we know too much. We know too much out there.
Yeah, and it's a lot of scaring people too. Yeah, my parents would leave the house at 7 a.m. and not come home till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon during the summer. We'd be out riding bikes, terrorizing things.
Yeah.
We'd be out in the woods, screwing around, doing whatever. We'd come back. They had no idea where we were.
And they didn't care.
And
they
were like, you'll be
care.
back at some point, whatever.
Yeah.
But now, like my daughter, if I let my daughter take a walk to the park across the street by herself, my mom's like, someone's gonna kidnap her.
Yeah.
I was like, no, she's not. Like, we're not that
And this
special.
is the mom that didn't care about you.
Did not care. Did not care about us. Yeah. So speaking of, I know we just brought it up a second ago. Police now in a search for the man, the bike, and the gun to solve the killing of the United Healthcare CEO on the streets of New York. God, we were just watching some of that video before we started it. It is wild, isn't it?
It's like a movie.
Yeah, you're right.
First of all, I thought it was disgusting that all the news actually showed the full shooting. Now they're stopping the video before the first pull.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up, we've gone from, we can't show you the footage, it's too graphic, to we're just going to show you up to where it happened. Now they're showing people getting executed on TV, on the news.
Yeah.
I think it's so sad that the family now has to deal with that video being looped over and over again. I just think we are a society that loves to watch terrible things, but we never think about the consequences of the family. When that dude probably was a father, I know he was married, getting killed on national TV, and it's being broadcasted everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is weird to see so many of my friends that are, they have such sensibilities when it comes to, I don't know, about jokes. You can't say this word, you can't do this, you can't do that. But then a guy gets gunned down in cold blood, and because you hate, your health insurance right now, you're like, it's okay if we kill him. You're like, wait, what? Why do you get to take that stance? Yeah, my girlfriend had a great joke about it. Great. And she sent it to me and said, would you post that? And I'm like, no. Because the last thing I would ever want to have happen is to have his children scour the internet one day and see this stupid joke that we made. Great joke, nonetheless, still a comic. I think it's a great joke. I would never post it.
Yeah.
It feels weird to do that.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are comics making jokes about it.
Sure,
and
lots
stuff
of
like that. Lots of them. That's just not my vibe.
No,
that's not like life is so short. Life is like, but we're different kind of comics. Like, I'm a different guy. I like to bring joy in people's lives. I like to make people laugh. I like to bring people together. My vibe is not saying something shrewd about a person that died, or even about certain, I don't know. It's just sad that we're in this place where they're showing executions on TV. But the whole thing's like a movie. Like, literally the video footage looked like a movie. The guy is a pretty face killer. Like, literally, like, he's a pretty face. Is that his nickname, Pretty Boy Killer?
Yeah, well, do you remember when the Boston marathon bombings happened?
Yeah.
Rolling Stone put a picture of that kid who was involved with it. He was like kind of a baby face, had like curly long locks. they put him on the cover of Rolling Stone like this kid was a national celebrity.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, and it's weird that this case is, we've seen a person get executed. And look, we're all not happy with our health insurance in America. Let's be honest.
It's terrible.
And there's a lot of corruption in everything.
Yep.
Right? But also, you shouldn't cheer for a person to die.
I agree. Yeah. It's
know?
awful. Yeah.
What type of person are you that cheers a person getting, like, even if he owned United Healthcare, you know how many levels of corruption there is in that company?
Absolutely.
Or any healthcare company. You know how many levels of corruption are in our government?
Yeah.
You know, are you going to just, and to have no sympathy, that's the scariest thing. There are some people that are cheering this.
Oh, yeah.
And to have
absolutely.
no sympathy for it, like, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's a sad place for America.
I don't want to get to a point where we think it's okay to execute somebody because of whatever job it is that they have. Because, hey, man, not that I'm ever vying to be the CEO of a United Healthcare, but I would hate to be in a position where somebody thinks it's okay because of a joke that we made or a show that we did.
And guess what? Today, it would happen. If you made the wrong joke.
Oh, yeah.
And you got killed, you would have some people cheer. But that's because everybody has a voice now.
Absolutely.
So you could be the best person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Live the best life, treat everybody the same. There's always going to be negative people.
Always, man.
Find
Always.
something.
Yeah, here's what they know about so far. Here's some of the evidence that they've already gathered. Images of the suspect's unmasked face, which we saw last week. Video evidence of the path he took to escape. The backpack possibly worn by the suspect with a jacket inside. DNA from a discarded Starbucks water bottle. Fingerprint from the water bottle. A discarded burner phone. 9mm shell casings with the words delay, deny, and depose written on them, which I saw somebody had taken live, laugh, love and then scratched it out and put delay, deny, depose. And I was like, okay, funny joke. I get what you're going with it, but it just feels weird to be making jokes at a time when somebody has died. The three things that they really are looking for right now, obviously, they want to confirm the identity of the suspect. They want to find that weapon. And of course, the bicycle that they suspect he threw in that pond, which I was watching those guys scuba dive for that thing. If I was that scuba diver, I'd be like, if I find this guy, I get to kill him first. I get to put a bullet in this guy. You making me jump into this pond when it's 30 degrees out?
And we don't have better technology now?
I agree.
That could scan that pond and tell you exactly where the bike is?
Send a guy down there in a wetsuit at 30 degrees in Central Park? No, thank you, man. No, thank you.
But, it's crazy. The photos are everywhere. The backpack filled with Monopoly money and a jacket. They don't know, the investigators don't know if those are clues or he's just trying to mess with them.
Sure.
So look, we're going to see how this all plays out. But if you're like, I don't know why he did it. Some people, look, there's corruption everywhere. But that doesn't mean you take out a person.
Yeah.
You know, because he was married. I don't know if he had kids or not.
2 kids. I believe it was 2 kids. He was a Minnesotan.
Yeah, so now those kids don't have a father. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. I do believe, like, it is our job as a person, as a human being, if you know there's corruption around you, though, to try to take care of it and treat everybody fairly.
Yeah.
But you should not be punished for that, especially that magnitude. Like you killing him, guess what? It's not going to change healthcare at all.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Like nothing's going to change. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you just took a person's husband and father. You know, you made your point. And, you know, it's sad, you know, but I don't know, man. I just value life so much. And I just want, look, I'm being cheesy here. I just want everybody to win and live happy, man.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Totally agree.
That's it.
Yep. Man says Delta burned his golf clubs that were worth almost $4,000. Did you see this on the news the other day?
No.
Yeah, so Florida man says that Delta Airlines burned his golf bag and clubs inside that were worth almost $4,000. John Andre's claim was initially declined by Delta, but when Delta heard that he was talking to the press, things changed. They paid him in full.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
How do you burn golf clubs?
That's a good question. I don't know how you would burn golf clubs. I don't know. Maybe they were they graphite and then maybe
I don't golf, so I have no idea.
I don't know. That's a weird one.
But I know one thing. We fly Delta all the time. Delta is good to me. Like, if anything goes wrong, like I've had luggage break, whatever, Here's the thing they're doing now is they'll give you luggage if you want to take. They have luggage.
Wow.
Because they break so much luggage. They have luggage.
Oh, yeah.
So if your luggage breaks, you can be like, I want a new bag. They'll roll out a new bag.
Get out.
It's not as good as your bag.
Of course not, no.
And they don't want, because they don't want to pay you the $200 or whatever dollars.
Yeah.
So their bag is probably like $60.
Yeah.
But if you're in a bind and need a bag,
yeah.
you'll have a bag till you get a better one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened to me one time, but I'm not a normal traveler. Like, I fly over 60, 70 times a year. So, like, my bags take a beating.
Yeah.
And I actually, you know what? I'm going to start doing some travel tips and show you things I use to travel since I travel so much that actually hold up. Because I don't have deals with these companies. I just want to show you this piece of luggage I got at Costco. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over 70 trips, year and a half of flying, maybe closer to 80. Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a video about it too.
Yeah. I remember the first time I was ever at a show where you were at and you had pulled up like merch. And I was like, you travel with that all the time? And you're like, it's the only way to do it, man. Like you just grab those hard shell cases, fill them up, zip it. Yeah. The one thing I didn't know, because the first piece of luggage I bought did not have the inside zipper.
Oh yeah.
That
you need it.
Yeah. Didn't know about that. So now the luggage I travel with
the hard shells, but you gotta have the armor on the side, like at the tips of it where they fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching the Yo Show. Hey, what's going on? It's Michael Yo. I am so excited. Today's Yo Show is brought to you by Bandit Wallet. Rudy, tell me all about it, man.
Dude, Bandit Wallet, the best.
Love it.
Absolutely. First off, let's get to all the legalities of it. Minimalist design, obviously we're both about that. Try to get as much crap out of your life as you possibly can. It's under 0.3 inches thin. It gets rid of that big front pocket bulge. Well, for some of us, anyways. RFID blocking. So digital thieves, they cannot steal your card info. That's huge. That's huge.
I tell you, man, everybody wants to steal info. With this, they can't steal it, which is
great.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then it's also trackable, which is great. So they have an optional tracker card, which you can put inside of the wallet. You're always going to know where it is because it works with Apple, Find My, and Android platforms.
Great.
That's amazing. And plus, right now, if you are a viewer of the Yo Show, use the promo code YOSHOW40. You get 40% off.
Wait, are these your cards?
Those are my cards.
I just
hit that button.
Look at that,
they
bud.
pop right out.
Look at that.
Hit the button, they pop right out.
I love this.
That's amazing. I love it because I've always been a wallet carrier, and I've noticed that regardless of how small or big my wallet is, I always fill it up to max capacity.
Okay.
This does not allow for that.
Can I tell you something that this is an old thing? I went to my chiropractor and they go, the older you get, you can't sit on your wallet. It messes up your back.
Absolutely.
And that's why I switched to this right here.
Yeah,
Bandit Wallet.
Yeah, it's great.
Love it.
Go to bndtla.com. That's bndtla.com. banditla.com. I travel with at least one of these because I'm a card member of every airline and every hotel we stay at.
Both of us.
All of us, because.
And also, we have a Yo Show code, right?
Absolutely, yeah. YoShow40. You get 40% off the purchase.
Yo Show 40%. We'll put it on the screen right here. Yo Show 40. And just do it. Just go check it out. It means a lot to us. It's our first sponsor, so it means a lot. Go do it later. Welcome back to the Yo Show. Make sure you subscribe, listen, like, do all of it. Do all of it. We're trying to blow this up. Every week you'll get a new podcast on the audio side, video side. We put out clips and all that cool stuff. Make sure you follow Michael Yo Comedy on YouTube. I wonder if I should get michaelyocomedy.com so it'll just go straight to the YouTube. Then I can just promote that. What do you think, Rudy?
You can say that, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
I wonder if I should do that.
Yeah.
It sounds good, but I just said it on the podcast, so somebody's going to
do it.
And then they're
now
going to try to sell it to me.
Extort you for it, yeah.
But guess what? This is coming out a day after, so I already got it. Yeah. Anyway, Anyway, yeah. And also St. Louis will be there this weekend, and Columbus next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As we were sitting down, I noticed that both of us are wearing black socks. Mine, obviously, the ankle cut. Yours, I don't know if we could see them. We'll push
here. No, you can see them on the wide.
So you got the black tube socks.
Yeah.
I was so hyper aware about how, because my mom would only buy me white socks, always white tube socks.
But that was normal.
Super normal.
Normal.
But they would get dirty so fast. And I was always hyper aware of it because when you're like 13, 14, you're very self-conscious.
Yeah.
We would go to like a girl's house and then everybody would take their shoes off and they would have pristine socks. Their moms bleached their socks. I was like, mine were filled with holes and all dirty. So now as an adult, I refused. When I started buying my own socks, I'm like, I'm going straight black socks from now on.
I wear black socks all the time because I hate white socks. White socks remind me of old people.
Yeah.
Even though I am old now, it just it gives an old vibe. It gives a vibe of white socks pulled up, pickleball glasses on.
New Balance.
Yeah. That's the vibe. Old man, old white man.
Yeah.
Not even old black, just old white man. What black socks does, I don't know, for some reason it keeps my youth.
Sure.
You know, because when I was growing up, it was all about Michigan basketball. They had the Fab Five. They would wear black socks, pulled up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
about. And now my son only wears black socks.
Okay.
Like he loves it. He loves it. And to me, why wear white socks?
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't even know why you're white. Rudy is white. He's wearing black ankle socks. Only white people wear ankle socks. There's no reason for ankle socks. Why? What is the reason for ankle socks?
Here's the reason I like an ankle sock. I'm a man, and I like a breezy ankle. I like when the wind whips on my ankles. I don't know, maybe it was just growing up in northern Minnesota, and that's always covered.
You know what that's like? That's like those people that wears those bomber jackets with no sleeves. It's like, why are you wearing a jacket with no sleeves? You're cold, but your arms are fine?
Yeah, my arms are on fire, but my core is shivering cold.
It's so dumb. Stop wearing ankles. Your job is to wear full grown man socks, Rudy.
I don't know. I like a breezy ankle. I like the look of it too. I think it makes it look like you're a little bit more
the look of
the sock when you cannot see it inside of the shoe.
Yeah.
'Cause it makes it look like I'm a man who does not mind a smelly foot inside of the shoe. That's why I wear it. I'm a fan. I love the black ankles. Here's the thing. I never wear them in public. I only wear them here. I never would like go somewhere knowing that I was going to take my shoes off and then wear, like if I'm going to like a dinner party or something to a friend's house.
You wear long socks.
I will always wear long socks.
So the disrespect is to me.
No, well,
the disrespect of the ankle socks only happens at my house.
Yeah, we do not wear ankle socks in this house.
I'm gonna put a sign on the door: no ankle socks in the studio. No, but I love black socks. My son loves them. My wife even wears them now.
Yeah.
Because white socks, why? But here's the thing, I'm not gonna say that. But white people got dirty feet too. Y'all, it shows up.
Yeah.
Y'all feet, like when my wife walks around the house, her feet get dirty. And she got black feet.
Sure.
I call it black.
When they say that white people don't, remember that thing that came out like a year ago? They're like, white people don't scrub their feet or wash their ankles.
Oh, it's so true.
I was like, yeah, I get a pocket of dirt that fills up on the backside of this thing where I'm like, huh. I was like, did I run into something? Is that black and blue?
And why do white people walk so hard on the floor? Have you ever lived under a white person?
Yeah, I think I live under one right now.
It's like, boom, boom. Why do y'all walk so hard? You don't, because I I'm around you enough. But some white people walk so hard. My wife is such a hard walker.
Yeah.
I mean, she is like, and I'm like, why are you walking so hard?
Yeah.
But it's the thing, y'all got heavy feet.
Yeah. It's
feet.
just heavy conscious. It's the weight of the world on our shoulders.
It's all the white guilt. Making you heavy.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching the Yo Show. You can follow us, all my dates right there, wherever, michaelyo.com. Leave us a tip. We need money. No.
for more black socks.
For more black, we need black socks. We need a fund to get Rudy longer socks. So leave us a super chat tip. I think that's what they call, or a tip, whatever. Thank you for watching the Yo Show. We'll see you next time. Later.